Almost every person in my life has asked me at one point, why do you choose to study marketing? And for me, it's mostly because of video games. I remember being 9 years old, watching Zack and Cody's Sweet Life on Deck, and out of nowhere, Zack and Cody were on a beach talking about Heart Gold and Soul Silver. This is how my brother and I learned about Pokemon on the DS in the first place, and I'm sure if you're my age, it's the same for you too. This commercial isn't anything crazy looking back on it now, but Zack and Cody were some of the biggest kid stars of the early 2010s era, and their show averaged 5 million views at the time, and this has to be one of my favorite examples of an ad perfectly hitting its target demographic. I always find it really fascinating to see which celebrity a company will pick for this kind of stuff, like when they got Sheldon for Dragon Quest IX, LeBron James and Ben Stiller for God of War Ragnarok, and my personal favorite, the GameCube launch party. These will never not make me laugh. We got The Rock, Saul Goodman on the Melee setup, and George Costanza looking like he just got hit with a flashbang playing Metroid Prime. I couldn't tell you who they were trying to sell to with this invite list, but the entire 90s and early 2000s was full of silly, goofy ads because no one knew how to market this stuff. These events in general used to be such a big deal, especially leading up to specific games. In an age where online demos are the easiest way to get people to try your games, these events would show you a new console or a new game, and they were so cool. I remember one random weekend my family went to the mall, and by chance Nintendo was demoing Mario Odyssey, and as soon as I got my hands on it, I fell in love with it. Sure, I could have tried the demo at home on my own Switch, but the marketing event made it way more special and is something I always remember when I think about Mario Odyssey. When I was 11, my mom would let my brother and I skip school one day a year to go hang out. We went to the city of Chicago, and at Chicagoland, they had a Wii U on display for a single day. A system I had never heard of, showing off a Zelda game I had never played, The Wind Waker. This one single event got me interested enough to want a Wii U that year for Christmas, and I think that's incredible. I've always loved video games, so it's probably not a surprise that I'd want the newest console, but I genuinely believe that if you connect the right person to the right thing at just the right time, like I was with that system, you can make them a fan. My hands down favorite aspect of all of this is the commercials. In almost every form of media out there, commercials are usually just annoying things you skip past after looking at it for 5 seconds, but in the world of video games, these can be some of the most emotional things ever. Sometimes it's the ad itself. Usually ads will show gameplay and its most exciting moments, but Halo 3 did something very different. This beautiful handmade diorama of this intense, destructive battle stuck in time to the tune of Chopin, and at the end of it all, when hope seems non-existent, Master Chief starts to move as it cuts to Believe, and it makes for such a memorable ad even 16 years after it first came out. Most of the time, game reveals and trailers bring the most emotion depending on how the fans respond. I really struggled with which example I wanted to use to illustrate this. Game fans have more passion for the things they love than most people do, and it's so hard to capture it in just one moment. The Twilight Princess reveal from E3 2004, even in a year where they showed a brand new handheld that could play Super Mario 64 and Metroid Prime, this was still the highlight for so many people, and you can just hear it. The final time we saw Breath of the Wild before it came out, people loved this one so much they turned it into an actual song. But for me, I think the culmination of all of this can be seen and felt in the Everybody Is Here trailer. Fighter reveals have always been a big deal. They're always highly anticipated to see who they're going to add, and people are moved to tears when their favorite characters are added. Minecraft Steve broke the site of Twitter when he was announced. Before Ultimate was first fully shown, no one had any idea of who was staying and who was going. There was tons of speculation and discussion on who was going to be in this game. And at E3 of 2018, Nintendo released a trailer discussing who was going to make the final cut. Every time I see this video, I cannot help but get tears in my eyes. Every single time an old fighter returning is shown, the crowd just lights up. And when the big reveal that every single character was going to be in this game, people hug and they cheer and cry for a commercial. It's one of the countless moments that remind me why I love video games as much as I do, and to be a part of it all one day, I think that would be incredible.